I'm hungover. Not fun. Not fun. I literally cannot have more than 2 glasses of Prosecco without feeling like I'm going to pass away the next day. But things to do today. We are going to Mayfield Depot in town. Oh, gorgeous. In Manchester, because they're doing a vintage like pop-up. Like there's loads of vintage clothes basically, and it's like £20 per so many kilos. So I'm gonna go and see what I can get my hands on, because I'm not about to miss this opportunity. Tired. Also, I'm starving. I opted for more time in bed this morning rather than time to eat something before we go, and I'm not gonna lie, my brain is hounding me for a McDonald's. It's the full fat Coke as well. That's the only thing that cures a hangover for me. And the full fat Coke from McDonald's is literally laced with crack. Like, it's unbelievable. However, I'm on this health journey and I'm doing really well, and I just think, is it a massive setback, or do you just have to allow yourself the little indulgences in life? This is devil angel on the shoulder. I just don't know. And in all honesty, it probably will end up happening because I have willpower the size of an ant. So, yeah. And we have to give the people a little OOTD. Apologies in advance about this lighting. We're going super basic, super comfy. Probably not going to need this jacket, but just in case. New Balance, grey New Balance. Sunglasses because they hide a multitude of sins. And yeah, just basic denim. I caved. We're at McDonald's, but it's breakfast. There's nothing worse than getting to McDonald's and realising that it's breakfast. So I've just got 2 hash browns and the full fat Coke that I massively needed. And Mum's showing great restraint. You're not having anything, are you?
Nope. I might have done if chips were available.
Yeah, I'd love some chips and some nugs, but hey ho. First find, I love it, I love it. Jorts, anyone?
Yeah, because you need yours.
How cute.
I love that.
Little kimono-y, and it's 2 layers. I love this. You're coming home with me. The belt situation is immense. I need to show you the size of this bucket. I've just picked up about 20,000 belts because you can never have enough.
You know what? I never look at people drive.
Their denim is like the best.
I've seen like a collection they released the other day, and I couldn't believe it. Then yeah, they might want to be random. Yeah, I've got loads.
Secured the goods. So I am back at home now, in my safe place. I feel like I might start doing more stuff from my bed, because to be honest, who doesn't want to be in or on bed the majority of the time? I feel like this is the place where I feel the most serene and relaxed. So I thought I would take you through some of the stuff that I got today, because I would say it was a successful experience, but there's a few things that I think could have been better. So the first thing is, it was, if you're not from Manchester you won't understand this, but it was at a place called Mayfield Depot, and it's essentially like a big old warehouse, and it was so dark that like I could just barely see anything. So some things I've brought back and they're like a little bit more damaged than I thought they were, that kind of thing. And also I feel like as much as there was a good selection there, everything was a little bit samey. And it wasn't as cheap as I thought it was going to be. So I didn't want to just, you know, like if something's on sale and you buy it because it's on sale and then you get it home and you think, why have I even bought that? I didn't need it. I was just fully enticed by the fact that it was on sale. Whereas I wouldn't have bought it anyway. I feel like I didn't want to do that kind of thing. I wanted to make sure that I was getting stuff that I was going to use. And yeah, so I actually didn't get as much as I thought I would, but the pieces that I got I'm really happy with. The one thing I'll say is they had an unbelievable selection of belts, and I've really become a belt girl again. I used to love a belt and then I moved out of it, and now I'm fully back on it, and I'm really happy with what I got. So I thought I'd go through the belts first. So the first belt is this black one with, I love this like plaited detail here, very Western vibes, which is my kind of thing. And I'm also a huge fan of this big silver buckle. I love a big buckle. So this is my big bag of belts, and there wasn't that much in here, but believe me, it was extremely heavy, and I think the majority of it is these belts, but when you just can never have too many. So the next belt, and this is one of those examples of I got it back and it's really dirty, but I'm hoping that I can clean it up, is this big wide white belt. It is pretty filthy, but I feel like you can always do something. Again, this one's got like a really big statement buckle detail that I am obsessed with. I can see myself wearing this with like really low-waisted jeans and a cool little top. It's giving me like western-y summer vibes. I think maybe I was a cowgirl in another life. The next one is pretty much exactly the same, but in black, like a worn black. That same buckle detail there. Focus please. There we go. I also think these belts would look really cool with shorts. My mind is now filling with outfit ideas. I think that's one thing that these vintage fairs are really good for, is like if you're feeling a little bit stuck or uninspired with outfits and that kind of thing, think rather than like going on ASOS or going on one of those websites and looking for something specific, go into a vintage store, find something that you wouldn't usually buy or even wear, and it's like whole new inspiration for outfit ideas. Just a little tip there. One thing I've noticed I don't have a lot of is brown belts, and I've got like tan, like an orangey tan, but I needed like a dark brown that wasn't black but was still quite dark, and I found this beauty, which is like a really nice dark brown, and I keep having to duck my head so it's not catching on me, but again, really nice belt buckle detail. The only thing with these belts is I think a lot of them are supposed to be like hip belts, like rather than waist belts, which is fine if you're wearing low-waisted, but if you want to wear it at your waist, I think I'm going to have to try and find a way to punch some more holes in this. I think they do that at Timpson's though. Somebody tell me if I'm right on that, or where I can go and get a belt hole punched in. And then this is the final one, which again was a bit more worn than I originally thought it was when I got it home. But still cute. It's like a beige colour. Again, I don't really have any like light belts that are maybe a little bit more dressy other than like actual fully metal chain ones, and I thought this was really cute with like the gold and bronze and silver. It's like multiple colours in there, studs on, and then this cute little buckle here. So that concludes the belts, and then I thought we'd move on to the actual clothing that I got, because there's a piece in here that I didn't think that I'd go for, but I actually styled it up, and I'll split screen on here so you can see the way I've styled all of these pieces, and I really love it. I think it might be a good fashion week one for me. So you can't really see what this looks like, but I will show it styled. It's like a black and kind of white line, and it's actually two separate pieces, kimono, and I don't know, it's a strange one, but I picked it up and my mum was like, you could style that really nicely, and it was so light, and given that everything at this vintage fair was like price dependent on weight, I thought I'll just have it. But yeah, I actually think it's really cool, and I like the fact that the white lining comes out and I could kind of style it. I don't think I'd wear the white on its own, but wear the black on its own separately. I think that kind of just reinforces the point that I was making before about like I wouldn't usually pick that up. I would never search for something like that, but then I saw it at this vintage fair and I was like, oh, do you know what, maybe I can do something with that. And I also think even if you don't like the way it looks initially, you can always customise stuff. This is the best way, in my opinion, to become sustainable without spending a fortune, is like shopping vintage, cheap vintage, charity shops, that kind of thing, and then also like customising pieces that either are already in your wardrobe and you could potentially give a new lease of life, or any vintage pieces that you see that you look at it and you think, oh, I like it, but I'd like that to be different. So easy to customise your own clothes. And just another thing that just sprung to my head, I was on TikTok the other day, and there was this little thing that came up. I know how to sew, but haven't sewn for a long time, and I've got rid of my machine. But this just goes to show that anybody can customise, because I saw this little tool thing, and it was like a little stapler that sews stitches in. You literally just, as if you were stapling something together, but it just punches a stitch in. So if I can find one of them, I will link it, because I will definitely be getting one, and it might be worth getting one yourself. Or also, if you're just looking to hem something or take something up or whatever, Wonderweb, Bonderweb, whatever you call it, is literally the best thing since sliced bread. Comes in a roll, you chop it to the size you need to, and you iron the two pieces together with the Wonderweb in the middle, and it's like a double-sided tape for clothes. It's fucking fabulous. Anyway, waffle over. I've just been up and down the stairs and I'm like really out of breath, because me and Mum like to enter competitions that you know, like the competitions on like This Morning or any kind of breakfast TV where it's like win a holiday and a camper van and 50 grand in cash. We're like obsessed with that kind of stuff. So I've just gone down to check with Mum that I'm buying 25 tickets for £12.50. Anyway, so the next piece, it wouldn't be a Maisie haul if there wasn't a little bit of denim in here, and this I think may become a very key piece in my wardrobe. It's this denim jacket in like a brownie green wash. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. I love the way it fits. Doesn't smell great, it smells like a vintage shop. I don't know if it's men's or not, because it comes in at the waist like most women's things do. Women's things? That didn't sound right. Anyway, but yeah, absolutely obsessed with this. It's actually quite lightweight, so it's good for summer, but I feel like in the winter it'd be really nice to layer this up with maybe like a different jacket on top of it. And I just don't have anything in this shade of denim. I love that kind of like worn look, and I also love any greeny tones as well, so this one is a definite yes from me. And then finally we have this beige shirt, which is a cross between like safari style shirt, and then it has this like branding here, which makes me laugh because it makes me think like, you know, in them American movies where it's like someone that works either at like a petrol station or a garage or like a bowling alley or something, it's got like their name tag like sewn onto the shirt. That's what it keeps making me think of. But I do love a beige look, and I have a lot of beige pants that this goes really nicely with. I also really like these little epaulettes on the shoulder. I feel like you just can't go wrong. Like, they're so versatile. You can wear these with so many different things. And obviously it's nice and oversized as well. I really do like to throw a shirt on a lot of the times, especially in the summer when you can't count on the weather in the UK, just to throw over like a little top or something. Perfect. Also, these pockets on the front have like actual zip detail on, which is handy. Not that I'll keep anything in there, but you know. And that is it for today. I really enjoyed doing this more of like spend the day with me, but also giving you some tips and still fashion focused content. And I really want to try and do more of these like little vintage deep dive hauls and trips and that kind of thing. So let me know how you feel about like this kind of content, a bit more relaxed, that kind of thing. I feel more relaxed, so hopefully you feel more relaxed. And yeah, I'll see you soon.